Hello, everybody. This is Tabletop Junkie bringing to you another tabletop review. And today we are talking about Star Trek Adventures again, the Delta Quadrant supplement book. So I'm sorry, my voice went up a few decimals. I think I might be fighting a cold still. The other night or yet last night um I was still sucking on some cough drops. We've been having weird weather in my state. It's been super heated days. We're talking 90, 95s, and we are getting down to last night we got down to 45 degrees. So our nights are the only thing I can say, which is unusual in my state, is we're consistent. So we've been going through consistency. So our days are 90, 95 regular, and our nights are 45 regular every single night. So the AC gets turned off. I left the AC running one night, and I woke up with a stuffed up nose, and I felt like I was fighting a cold, and I felt like I had the flu. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I just found out today that one of my cats, because I have cats, has been chewing on my audio on my USB cord for my microphone. But the good news is nothing seems to be broken. It looks like it's just minor surface scratches. Nothing broke through the rubber. The rubber is still very much intact, actually. I guess very okay condition. It's just the marks are there. They bother the crap out of me. I have an OCD. This is like a $150 to $200 microphone, which is also, I think, the best investment I did, because the USB cord that gives me my audio through my computer is actually standard, that you can buy anywhere from like $5 at any location. You just may not get, it's just not the original USB. It's the USB cord similar to the USB cord, if that makes any sense. It's just not the one specifically that came with the microphone, but you can go buy that exact one at the store. And you can even buy the top dollar brand for $5. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but because I have OCDs, I have to feel like I mentioned this on the stream for a little bit. But other than that, I'm going to be enough ranting. Here we are. We didn't come here for me to rant. We came here to talk about the Delta Quadrant, which is my favorite quadrant of the galaxy. We have established in Star Trek that the galaxy is over 100,000, roughly about 100,000 to over 100,000 light year radius. So to travel from one edge of one quadrant to cross the galaxy to the other edge of another quadrant, you would have to cross roughly close to 100,000 light years. In Star Trek Voyager, when the USS Voyager was thrown from the Alpha Quadrant to the Delta Quadrant, they were about exactly from where they were at the edge of that galaxy to where the Federation space is. We were 70,000 light years away. So, and the way space travel works is you can't just travel that kind of time. Maximum warp, which for USS Voyager, I believe is 9.997, or could even be considered in some aspects 9.999, still would take close to 50, if not close to 70 years. So every year you would cross 1,000 light years. Maybe just a little bit more. So that's why I said maybe it's under 70, but it's definitely over 50. So it definitely would take some time to cross that kind of galaxy. And real quick, before we dive into this awesome review, because this is my most favorite quadrant of the Star Trek universe, got to say hi to my man, Jace Fox. And he wants to make a pint. Well, that's not happening. We don't do mega pints in my country. So we're going to get started, because this is my most favorite book. It does have extensive knowledge, like the other three supplements that we've covered. It does have extensive knowledge on the Delta Quadrant. Mind you, the Delta Quadrant is also another part of space that's largely unexplored, because you can't just go to it. I don't know if they're going to do much more with it. I mean, they do have Star Trek Prodigy, which I have seen Star Trek Prodigy. It's definitely not something that I particularly care for, because I'm a diehard old-time Star Trek fan, and that kind of, Star Trek Prodigy does kind of go along the lines of Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Discovery, a little bit, only more childlike, but still not all up on scientific discovery, because they're trying to appeal to the audience. So it is just one of those things. However, the biggest perk about the Delta Quadrant in the Star Trek universe is the very famous enemy of Captain Picard, and also of basically every Federation officer. They're these guys, and they're my favorite enemy of all time too. Ba-da-da-da. Not these guys. These guys are being assimilated by these guys, the Borg. Very famous enemy. Look, oh, that guy took a spear to that. Yeah, fortunately, they're going to lose. So, because the Borg is much more tougher than that. So, like everything else, we do go through campaign usage. We do have awesome artwork. We do have extensive knowledge on the Delta Quadrant. So they do have some things. I don't think it's as extensive as what they did for the Gamma Quadrant and the Dominion, because the biggest thing in this kind of thing is, well, like I said, it's largely unexplored. Yes, Voyager was in it. Yes, Voyager did travel, but they traveled in a straight line, if that makes sense, or sort of in a straight line. They made right turns, they made right turns and lefts turns. So yeah, the point is, when you're kind of like, let me see if I can pull up a good map of the route that Voyager took home. Give you guys a bit of a jumping off point. Mind you, you guys need to take this like a grain of salt. This is artwork that people have done. They tried their best to extrapolate. Here's one. I don't know who wrote it. I don't have their permission to promote them. But this artwork I don't own at all. It's just we're using this as a point of reference. People have tried to extrapolate the route that Voyager took home on many different websites. This one is from DeviantArt, so I'm going to share it real quick, because we're just doing this as a point of origin. Okay, so Voyager, when it was originally thrown from the Alpha Quadrant to the Delta Quadrant, the first place that they ended up was around here where the Ocampa are. And from there, they traveled this route home, going through Vindi and Kazon space, as well as they had a swarm of an issue. I know they reached a point in space where it was all black. I think that's that right there. I could be wrong. Then they had the Necrit Expanse, and then the Hirogen space, and then right around this part here where they deviated left a little bit and then right again to try and get through the space as much as possible, because, mind you, they're 70 years from home, and they, don't have any way of exactly pushing forward and rebuilding, like, I don't know, reproducing their, photon torpedoes and plus energy and stuff like that. So they had to be very careful, because a lot of these species were not very friendly. Of course, this was the Delta Quadrant. You can see the space of the Borg Collective. And this is one of their main hubs and stations and unit complexes. And as you can see, they actually have that all through. This is from this red line here to this transwarp hub, which leads to the Alpha Quadrant, all the way up. You can see how much of the Delta Quadrant they actually assimilated. So they're almost, actually, that's a pretty large amount. So they're pretty much done with that. That's why they were so fixated on the Alpha Quadrant after a while. So, and then, and then they used from here to here a slipstream, which actually cut 10 years. I think it was 10 years off their journey. And then, then they continued forward, and then eventually they kept cutting time off. So it took them, even right here, even from right here to right here, they did a transwarp, which shaved off even more years off their journey. Actually, this was 2 years. This was 10 years. So they did shave off about 12 years off their journey, decreasing from 70 down to 58. So from here to all the way here still would have taken, this is explored space, would have, this is the Federation, that still would have taken roughly about 58 light years or just a little less. However, they hit this complex here, which actually transported them straight, like what this was. They hit this transport hub here. So they skipped all of this traveling slowly, and they just slingshotted right into this part right here. It actually brought them out right here when they dropped out of transport. So that shaved off the remaining 58, roughly 58 years. Real quick, I got to give my good one of my good friends, Dreaming Snowflake, a hello. Thank you for showing up, Dreaming. I do appreciate that. So yeah. So as you guys can see, it was a straight line. So it took, you can't just travel. That's a 70-year journey. You can't just travel. So it's still, I feel, largely unexplored. Of course, this right here, all this green, and as you can see, there's another line here. This is the gamma quadrant on this line here. This is the alpha and the beta here. I don't know which one is which because they don't have that, but I can tell you this is definitely the gamma, because gamma is definitely a neighboring one. So yeah, they definitely they are definitely, habited all this space. So it's still largely unexplored. The biggest thing is the Borg. So I've been saying. Sorry about that. I accidentally dropped out because I hit a button on my stupid mouse. Maybe I'll just edit that out later or not. It was an accident. It was a technical issue. Stupid mouse. I had to get the gaming mouse. So anyway, back to our review. Like I said, I spent a good 15 minutes explaining that, so that way you guys have anyone who's viewing this will have a good jumping off point about how much of the Delta Quadrant is really unexplored. This book is actually also considerably just around the same size as the Gamma Quadrant, which is also that one is also considerably, I think, smaller than the other two books. The Alpha and the Beta are the most fulfilled because they are the primary locations in the actual TV series and all of the series. So moving on from there, they do talk about the Herogen. You guys did see that. We do get stuff on the Kazon Order, the Crinum Imperium, the Malon Cooperative. There are still a ton of races. We even get information on species 8472, which is from another dimension, even another form of space. It's not even an hour. Like, you could travel all over the universe. You're never going to find this. This is from a totally different dimension that actually occupies. So imagine going from, the best way I can explain it is by what I mean by different dimension. You travel from Demeria in Magic the Gathering to Ravnica in Magic the Gathering. That's what I mean, another dimension. They're from a totally different form of space called fluidic space, and that is where that's an entirely new universe that's made of nothing but fluid. We do actually have some artwork considering that, and I'm going to share that because it is, I think, some of the best that we ever had. You have 8472. I might as well just say 8472. So you have 8472 here. All right, right here. That's what this one is. And the Borg are trying to assimilate that. The Borg cannot assimilate 8472 because it's not used to that type of biological distinctiveness. Okay, there's also another issue. These guys can actually hold their own against the Borg, and the Borg actually, in the Voyager episode, did actually get help from the Federation against these guys. So they needed help, which is weird because the Borg never need help. So, all right, moving on from there. Enough of that artwork. So we do get extensive knowledge on other types of species that are in this part, such as the Ocampa, the Talaxians. I can go on forever, but we're not going to. We're just not going to, because it's the same thing as the previous books. We have all those knowledges. We also have worlds in the Delta Quadrant that are very easily explored that are not occupied by the Borg as well, which once again is similar to the other ones. So we're not going to do that as well. So what I do want to get to, though, is I want to get to the Borg Collective a little bit. So we do get extensive knowledge and political stance, and just we even get the intercepting message from the Borg, which I will not repeat because I won't. And then we even get, like I said, good artwork. We do get more extensive knowledge on the Borg and the Borg lore. We still don't get to where they came from, so good enough for that one. But hey, look at that. Awesome artwork of them attacking a Federation ship. I'm not sure which one that is. It looks like, if I had to guess, Intrepid or Sovereign. It could even be Sovereign class. But I can't tell just on this picture alone. It looks like a Sovereign class, but yeah. Awesome artwork. Modiphius, you guys did a great job. I keep worshiping and praising you for that. So, and I hope if my audio is choppy, I hope someone would please tell me. Like I said, I've got this in the back of my mind that my cats did chew a little bit on my cord, but like there's nothing broken. There's no wires broken. I've been feeling around. I don't seem to have a connectivity issue. My computer's reading all my audio levels are fine. But once again, and I'm breaking out of the review a little bit just to mention this because it's bothering me. It's upsetting my OCD. I'm going to beat my cats later. I swear I love them to death, but I own like 5 of them due to a past marriage, which we will not talk about. But I can't get rid of the cats either. They're living creatures. That's why I love Star Trek. I had to show this off a little bit. That right there is the Borg Queen. Please watch Star Trek First Contact and some Star Trek Voyager to get a better idea of what you're looking at here. But I love this. This is a Borg world with Borg ships. That is very rich artwork. Bravo, Modiphius. Bravo. All right, so once again, we get extensive knowledge on the Borg. They've got stuff to where what kind of worlds they inhabit, how each species looks at the Borg on both the Alpha and the Delta Quadrant side. So plenty there. Now, that's not even the best part. Aside from that and the artwork, we're going to get that we do get new life paths regarding the Borg. We also get extensive knowledge on how their warp system works, as well as how transwarp works, as well as the types of drones that they have. Like, we just get everything that you get with every other species, except honestly, I hate to break it to everyone. I think this is more extensive than anything else we've ever seen so far. Because I'm still surfing through the pages, and I went from, I think, page 20, let's say 28, and I'm already on page 58. So they've had 30 pages on just nothing but the Borg. But we do have stuff that the Borg can do. The Borg is a very powerful species. You can't just sum them up in small amounts of pages. So I got to say that. So we do get the species of the Delta Quadrant, which does have some species like the Inkari, which is, I'm not going to show you a picture of them because that's not going to be the premise of what I'm trying to show you. That's not going to be the catch-all. I know what the catch-all is going to be. We even get the Jai. All right, this is the catch-all. All right, here we go. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get a picture. I can't get a picture. This is the best I've got. All right. Maybe it would have been better if we had some artwork with this. I wish we did, but you know what? I'm going to accept it. This is the best part of the whole book. You get to play, if your GM allows you and you're in the Delta Quadrant, you have the ability to play a liberated Borg. Now, the Borg is not a species. It's a collection of species that was actually assimilated with cybernetic enhancements and joined by a hive mind, which means you also get special rules for mixed species bloodlines, like a Vulcan Betazoid or a Ferengi human type. That's going to be a part of this, and you get the values of all that plus the liberated Borg, I believe. I'm not going to share too much more with that, because then that's just showing off too much of the book and I could be copy struck for that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get you guys interested in this so that you also get to know some of the Borg implants. I mean, this is some of the talents and traits that I don't say these are some of the talents you can have access to that you can choose from. They even have names, but then you also get the Borg implants list of everything that is the Borg. So like I said, we're not going to do too much more of that. So that is to me, that is the best part, because that is the only kind of like this book here gives out that rule is only for the Borg only. So I love that. So if you must ask if this book is a must buy, or if it's not, imperative to buy. Well, okay, so as far as the write-ups for the different species that you could play, you could even play it that somehow someone went through a transwarp conduit and like the member of the Kazon ended up in the Alpha Quadrant, or you could use it like a Star Trek Online plot point. Which I still like Star Trek Online. I just don't play a whole lot because I'm busy with other things. You can say that species traveled to the Alpha Quadrant and it's part of the Federation because it's lost in space, blah, 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 blah. You can come up with anything. As a GM, you should know what kind of story you want to do. So, but yep. They have some extra other stuff in here too regarding species. This is my most favorite. This is my most favorite because you never get this. So we're going to get this. A Borg dog with a horn to gore people with. You don't get that from the series. Bravo, Modiphius, you got me hooked. I do own both physical and PDF copies of all this. So, all right. So going from there, we also get, like everything else, starships of the Delta Quadrant. Unfortunately, they are just made up of Borg starships, I believe. I just saw the Borg octahedron. If you want to know what an octahedron is, prepare to be amazed. Octahedron. That's a Borg starship taking on an Intrepid class starship. That is clearly USS Voyager over a Borg world. Then you get a Borg probe ship. Oh, wait. Oh, we do, but they don't have a picture of it because these aren't Borg probe ships. These are the cubes. And these specifically are tactical cubes. There is a difference, which right there, tactical cube. Let me see if I can show you a regular Borg cube. They even have stuff on auto regeneration unit because the Borg can auto regenerate. That's a regular Borg cube without the external second hull platelets. So I think that's all we pretty much have here. Well, we do have starships from the Delta Quadrant. But I think it's the Delta Flyer. That was made in the Delta Quadrant on Voyager. And you do get stuff like Talaxian freighters and stuff. And okay, so you do get the Kazon ships, but yeah. All right. Good enough there. And then, of course, like every other book, you also get the Adversary Page where you get to actually get write-ups for each of the characters. I even think we get 8472. We do. We get the species 8472 bioships. So awesome. And then you also get write-ups for these, once again, species and adversaries. You got character write-ups, minor NPCs, major NPCs, some characters with names, like in every other book. So it's pretty much, this is a worth buy, definitely worth buying, definitely worth investing in. There's not much else I can really say about that. It is worth it because it does add a lot more flavor to your campaign. Like every other book, I have not found one book in Star Trek Adventures to be completely useless as of yet. So maybe that'll be maybe that'll be my new job. Instead of reviewing and worshiping Modiphius, maybe I should find the least book that actually sucks and do a review on that and tell you guys how bad it is. Because right now, and the only reason why I say I should make that my mission is for one reason, because so far I haven't found one, and I've done reviews on, let's see, I did the reviews on the core book, the three division books, and then the 4 quadrant books, which puts me up to 8 books from Modiphius. So 8 times Modiphius has been worshipped by me and should be worshipped by you too, because they give you everything. They give you everything you'll ever need. And of course, if you don't have something, of course, as a GM, you should make it up. So other than that, I think that is everything we have here. I hope this was a good review. We even have a chapter of exploring Borg space. Let me see if this is anything worth showing. Well, there's outdated Borg models, other types of venture hooks. Tells you how to do a Borg-focused campaign. There's a lot of stuff here. So, yeah. Oh, and there's even liberated Borg drones that you can use as NPCs, as well as you can make it a PC. So that's freaking awesome. And, well, to wrap things up, I guess I will just do this. That is just a creature from a world that the Borg has simulated. Not anything that's got a name, not anything that actually exists. With 2 Starfleet officers battling it. Oh, wait, there was 3. There was 1 off in the distance. Looks like Vulcan, Bajor, only without the earring, and then, I don't know, maybe a human in the back. But, you know, you get 1 science officer, 1 engineer. You got 1 blue shirt, 1 yellow shirt, and 1 red shirt. So, yeah. Oh, and even better. We have, I'm not going to share it, but we have write-ups for simulated creatures that you can make up on your own, and you can change the stats fittingly. Oh, that's even awesome. Even more awesome. And then you even have the Borg Queen as a major NPC and a complete sheet for her, too. Wow. Okay. Yep. And a lot of different options about how to deal with the Borg, such as reprogramming, just killing, how to get past some of their weapon systems, some of the techno lingo. So techno babble is what I like to call it. It's just amazing. I can't say it enough. Well, that is everything I have for today. We went about 30 minutes, which is a little bit long. Like I said, I did rant for a good 15 minutes about, good jumping off point about how things work in the Star Trek universe. I'm very adamant that my viewers do know what I'm talking about, and I try to educate them as best as possible, but I don't want to overwhelm anybody. Because there's no sense in being overwhelmed in this kind of setting. This is for fun. So real quick before we get going, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Sparta Chris. This is his channel. He does run over 540 Echo, and we do actually have a Good Friday stream, which I got to do that one. I'm going to probably do back-to-back streams on Fridays if I have the ability to. I'm going to try because we do have a Friday stream. I don't know if we got one this Friday. He is trying to find a routine and go with it. And there's just lots to cover in the world, very much lots. And then, of course, I gotta give my man Tobey props. He has always been for all my streams. He's always been out for support. Love him, even though we treat him like the punching bag. But it's all in good fun. We're not really serious about it. We actually care about him. Well, most of us. I'm just kidding. And then, got to give my man, the Witch King, the Esoteric Order of Nerdity as well. That's his new channel name. I don't know why he changed it. There is one more I do need to hit real quick as well. I do apologize for the babbling today. Once again, like I told you before, once again, it's been just an off day because I found what I found. So, but like I said, the cord seems to be fine and I seem to be doing pretty good. So I will be reviewing this video afterwards just to make sure that I'm still good. And like I said, even if they did do damage to the cord, I can actually have it replaced because it is just a generic USB cord. It literally has just a small port. It's actually, honestly, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's close to a printer cord nowadays. So yeah, it's just a small data cord that helps transmit data. My only issue is I have an OCD. Whatever the microphone comes with is whatever I got to have. So that way I make sure I have the right length and everything. So yeah, that's kind of a Debbie Downer there. But like I said, as long as the cord holds out, and like I said, I'm looking at it right now as we speak, and it doesn't seem to be punctured or broken anywhere. Doesn't even seem to be bent. Just some minor scratches. Minor surface scratches. Nothing even went past the surface rubber. So I guess my OCD is just not really worth mentioning anymore because it's like, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Just I gotta watch it, make sure the cats don't do it again. So yep, go like and subscribe on these channels. They will be in my description as well as the Esoteric Nerdity. He does do reviews like I do. So go check him out. He's got some really good stuff on there. Please like, subscribe, and support these channels. And of course, there is, like I said, there was one more I have to get. Give me 1 second. I do apologize. I'm going to do this. And if this person hates it, they can explain it to me. But I want to promote this one specifically because they came out and supported me today. They didn't have to. So, before I get to the best for the last, we all know I worship Jace Fox and I worship the ground he walks on, but we're not going to talk about Jace Fox right this minute, everybody. We're not going to talk about him, but we will talk about him here in a few short seconds. But the next person I do want to get to is Dreaming Snowflake. That is her Twitch channel. She is currently streaming right now. Please go and support her. I mean, I don't know that much about her. I really can't say much. I mean, she likes to play a lot of Fortnite. She's also another Norwegian. And that's pretty much all I know. My conversations with her, I think I've only spoken with her about 3 or 4 times already, and that's about it. So please go support her as well. And, well, here we go, everybody. Mr. Jace Fox at 540 Studios. Will be his link as well. He will be under my normal promotions because he gets promoted every stream because he does all my editing for me. He does all my great intros and outros. He does my great music. I love the man to death. He thinks I praise him too much, but when you do something nice for me, I can't praise you enough because you did something out of the kindness of your heart. So this is the only way I can repay him because I'm not artistically talented. The most I can do is I have a good speaking voice. So this is it. So that's all I can say. So that will be his channel there. It will be in my description once again. Please go like and subscribe. He does have to get some good stuff. And you will find me over there as well at 540 Studios. I believe on Mondays. Don't want to say Wednesdays, but I do know I think we do Thursdays streams as well. I know we do Mondays and Thursdays. I think we've done some Wednesdays. It's kind of hard for me to keep up. And of course, Dreaming Snowflake. Oh, so she was watching this whole time. So she knows I promoted the crap out of her. So she sent me 2 hearts. I appreciate you too. So, all right, everybody. Well, that is everything I have for today. Giving you guys my famous Tabletop Junkie salute. You guys work hard out there, play hard as always. You guys got to have a good balance of work and relaxation. My personal balance is gaming. So I game hard with TTRPGs all the time. This is what I love to do. This is my hobby. The moment it becomes my job, I might actually have a different stance on it. But right now, this is my hobby, and I love everything that I do for it. So game on, everybody. You guys have a great and wonderful day. And it was nice of those who did drop by. Thank you so much for dropping by and supporting my channel. I also would like to say thank you to all the people who just recently subscribed. On Sunday, I started with 40 or 41 subs. I am now at 45. I have been gaining 1 sub a day practically since Sunday because I did gain 1 sub on Sunday, and I did gain 1 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I gained 4 subs for this week in the last 4 days. So, yes, 1 each day. I want to keep this up. I want a new sub for tomorrow and keep, that way I'm going to keep doing this. And because the more subs I get, the more, I'm not even asking for money. I'm just saying, give me some subscriptions, give me some views, give me some viewers, make me popular, and I will do more of this because this is what I love to do. This is my hobby. And, okay, she's like, of course I was here all the time. Yeah. She came out and supported me because I went out and supported her, and I'm going to go back and support her again on her Twitch channel. So I hope to see some of my viewers over there. If I don't, that's fine. But if I do, happy to see you guys there. I'm pretty sure she's happy too. Please also don't forget Jace Fox. Please support him. He does do a lot of work and he does a lot of editing, and he's very, very talented. So I gotta remember the man who makes me great. So everyone have a great day. And once again, my famous Tabletop Junkie salute. Work hard, play hard, game on, everybody. You guys take it easy. And, in the words of Jace Fox himself, life is too short. Make the most of it. Yeah, I quoted Jace Fox there. That's how much love I have for him. All right. You guys take it easy.